Yo, what's up? Hey, Spectral Star here. That was the dopest intro you've ever seen. Don't lie. It was so not stilted. I did this arm thing and then did the X, and I was like, yeah, what's up? And you were like, yeah, that's cool. Hit the like button. Boom. Hit the dislike button. Hey, today it's hot as hell, but at least we've got a new death battle. And this is being recorded the day before Wednesday, so I can upload it in time on Wednesday when the new death battle releases for YouTube. But so far I'm watching it on Screwattack First. I am a Screwattack First member. You should go check them out if you haven't gotten the chance to. For just a measly $5. I think it's still $5. I don't know. I need to check my bank statement. $5 a month to get the hottest new shows from Screwattack. And I think maybe Rooster Teeth. I don't know if you have to pay extra for that. Anyways, you get stuff like Ruby and, death battles early and death battles with commentary, which is pretty cool. I listen to those sometimes. But without further ado, it's time for Ryu versus Jin, Street Fighter versus Tekken, Hadookey versus whatever Jin does, because I don't play Tekken. But it looks cool. I mean, he turns into a demon. How can you not like that? Let's get right into the news. Alright, sorry, I had to steal that one. It's too funny. The memes.
Everyone has different reasons for studying martial arts. For personal honor, to improve health,
and for kicking the crap out of the other people.
That's what I use it for.
The wandering world warrior of Street Fighter.
And Jin Kazuma, the power-hungry martial arts master of Tekken.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
Gotta love that
battle.
Street Fighter animated movie. Street Fighter 2 animated movie.
He's the hero the world never knew. His name means prosperous, plentiful, and abundant. He is the wandering warrior. He is Ryu.
That's a pretty
I used to
epic
say
introduction
Ryu
for a hobo.
because I was an
Orphaned at a
idiot.
young age, Ryu was adopted
I'm sure a
by
lot of
martial
people said that
arts master
too.
Goken. Under Goken's training and beside his fellow student Ken Masters, Ryu was trained in the art of ANSATSUKEN.
AKA the Assassination Fist. This ancient fighting style was specifically designed for murder, which automatically makes it the best
for
martial
the
art
hand.
ever.
Well, Goken actually taught Ryu a slightly altered variant of the ANSATSUKEN. Inspired by
This show was
karate,
awesome.
kenpo,
Assassin's
and judo,
Fist.
Goken's version was a generally non-lethal one.
Oh, lame.
But the deadly side of the martial art lived on in Goken's brother, Akuma, who would ultimately prove to be Goken's downfall. One day, Ryu and Ken returned to their dojo to find their master dead.
Kind of. He got
Kinda.
better later. But Ryu didn't know
They
that,
just
so
left
he
him
swore
there.
to wander the earth, perfecting his abilities
Oh, he's
until he
dead.
could take down Akuma himself.
Goes into a
With
Superman
the
healing
ANSATSUKEN
coma.
style, Ryu is a master at close-quarter combat. With such techniques as the Shoryuken uppercut and the flying hurricane kick, he can take down most foes in mere seconds.
He's like a living helicopter of pain, but he can also use his ki as a weapon.
That's what I
firing a
sexually
fireball of
identify
energy
as.
from his palms. Say it with
Helicopter
me.
of death. I don't know.
Hadouken!
Goken's version of the ANSATSUKEN also taught Ryu several defensive techniques, including the skill to parry most other attacks with precise timing.
And with all these awesome powers of whooping ass, Ryu
The
eventually
parry came
made
from
his
Street
way
Fighter
to the
3,
World Warrior
Third
Tournament.
Strike.
With his skills, Ryu quickly reached the top of the competition. For the title of World Warrior,
Everybody could do a parry,
he faced
though.
his toughest opponent yet, Sagat.
Who ended up beating
With the
the
cool
shit
scar
out of him.
chest.
But Sagat was surprisingly a pretty good sport, so when he thought the fight was over, he offered Ryu a hand up.
And in that moment, something
Tiger,
dark
tiger,
swelled from
tiger,
within Ryu's consciousness.
tiger,
A force
tiger,
so fierce and
birdie,
destructive,
tiger.
he couldn't contain it, and he lashed out. With an enraged shout and an explosion of blood, Ryu emerged as champion over
And that's
Sagat's
when
near
Ryu
dead
won the
body.
first
Ryu's dark side
Street
had
Fighter
been unleashed.
World Tournament.
This was the Satsui no Hado.
A violent inner force so extreme, its name actually means surge of murderous intent.
Which is
if
cool
I
as
ever
shit.
knowingly father a child, I know what I'm naming him.
Under the influence of the Satsui no Hado, Ryu
Satsui
falls
no
into
Hado
an
boomstick.
uncontrollable rage known as Evil Ryu, where his physical and spiritual powers
I'm assuming
skyrocket.
Boomstick's his
He
last
can
name.
even teleport and use Akuma's
Whatever.
favorite technique, the Shun Goku Satsu, which literally translates to instant hell murder. Okay, shit, now I gotta have two kids
Instant
that I care
hell
about.
murder.
The Shun Goku Satsu, or the Raging Demon, is
Cool
a
words
fatal
put
move
together.
which attacks the very
Yeah.
soul of its victims with the gravity of all their past sins.
To make them die 1,000 deaths.
But while the
It's
Satsui
the
no
coolest
Hado
move
is a
in fighting
manifestation
games,
of Ryu's
period.
dark side,
Screen goes
he has
black,
achieved balance with
explosions.
light.
dead.
This is called Mu no Ken, or
And you got your
the
back
power
to the
of nothingness.
the opponent like
Wait, that doesn't
Zeus!
make any sense. What's he
It's
gonna
really cool.
do with nothing?
It's really
By
cool.
focusing on mental and spiritual refinement and detachment, Ryu has achieved the ultimate state of being. This begets a power strong enough to match and even surpass the Satsui no Hado.
Oh yeah, that's how Goken survived Akuma's Hell Murder attack. And now Ryu's got the same power. Look at him go.
With all this power, Ryu's performed some incredible feats. Aside from winning the World Warrior Tournament, he's dodged bullets, destroyed skyscrapers, and survived Balrog's Gigaton blow.
Yeah, remember him from that boxing match we did? He's strong
The
enough to
music.
kill an elephant in one punch. Ryu is so tough that he's survived.
Yet he's not
getting
powerful
impaled,
enough to knock
and when he goes
an
evil
average
mode,
guy
he
or
can just
a
walk
boxer
through
out.
gunfire.
He's strong enough to lift this enormous boulder over his head. By estimating the
You
boulder's
sure that's a
volume compared to
boulder?
Ryu's height
Or
and
is that
assuming
dude's
a
nuts?
sandstone composition, we
You
can
be the
determine it
judge.
must weigh at least
Sorry.
36 tons.
Plus, there's a guy sitting on top of the boulder, and he's lifting his own boulder. Man, Oro's cool.
While
He's
Ryu's
lifting his own boulder!
perfect, his wins far outnumber his losses. He's defeated his friend Ken, the dictator M. Bison, and even a genetically engineered super warrior named Seth.
But those were just pit stops compared to his frequent battles with Akuma.
Akuma
And
been
if you
smoking
don't
that
know,
dank
Akuma
weeds.
shattered an island with a single punch, split Ayers Rock in half in Australia, and jumped to the ocean's surface from 4,000 feet below in 3 seconds. while
No wonder he
destroying
killed
a
Shang
submarine.
Tsung.
That's about 3,000 miles per hour, by the way, and I guess he
Jeez.
just powered through the bends.
Yeah, he's definitely final boss material.
Yeah.
And so, years after Akuma's attack on his foster father, Ryu faced him for the final time. And with the power of Mu no Ken on his side, Ryu was victorious.
All in a day's work for everyone's
mean-
favorite Street Fighter.
You mean the power of nothingness?
Power to actually defeat that beast. Now show it to me.
You show me yours and I'll show you
Power's not
mine.
defeat.
What?
This is the power to push forward.
Not backwards, because that would be counterproductive.
If you met Jin Kazuma when
Counterproductive!
he was a boy, you wouldn't figure he'd grow up to be one of the most dangerous men to ever live.
Look at his
Plus,
eyebrows.
you already knew about his super
Wish I had eyebrows
deadly
like
and
that.
super crazy family.
Jin was raised by his single mother, who taught him the Kazuma family-style martial arts after his father abandoned them.
Story of my life. No, really, those training days with Mama Boomstick were some of the best times of my life.
One day, Jin's mother sensed a great evil approaching. She told him that if anything were to happen to her, he should seek out his grandfather, Heihachi Mishima.
Right on cue, a big
Heihachi's
ass
hair
ogre
makes
showed up and
Vegeta's
attacked
hair
him.
look tame.
When Jin came to, his mom and Shrek were nowhere to be seen.
Shrek?
Don't you hate it how moms are always right?
Thankfully, it wasn't too difficult for Jin to find Heihachi.
Yeah, he's super rich and has a really tall building.
He sure
Kinda hard
does.
to miss.
So rich, in fact, that Heihachi owned a multinational conglomerate empire with its own banking, weaponry, military forces, and, just for kicks, a martial arts tournament.
Whoa! Why didn't Mom tell him about this? Time to collect on those missing Christmas presents, Granddad.
Well, she also forgot to mention that Heihachi is a terrible father who's obsessed with throwing his own son off cliffs.
Like
He's
Spartans.
perfect, I guess.
Regardless, under Heihachi's guidance, Jin trained and perfected the Mishima Ryu fighting style. With 2 types of martial arts mastered, he's got all sorts of techniques that can pack a punch.
Such as the flash punch combo and the electrically charged lightning screw uppercut.
Or his famous
Looks
10-hit
cool.
combo chain. Once he gets you stuck in his
Yeah,
flurry
Tekken's
of
all about
punches and
juggling.
kicks, you're not going anywhere until he finishes you off with a
You gotta
classic
juggle for
dragon
max
uppercut.
damage.
With these talents and a thirst for revenge, Jin entered his grandfather's King of Iron Fist tournament. There, he came face to face with the ogre once again.
The
But
ogre.
instead of, interrogating
Shrek.
him to find out what happened to his mother, Jin
This
just
is
killed
my
him.
swamp.
Nice job, stupid. There goes the only lead you had.
And nothing tastes better than sweet, sweet revenge.
Get out of my
Except for
swamp.
Maybe Mom's cooking. Well, unfortunately, it didn't last long, because he got shot up by his grandfather. Oh,
Wow.
that son of a bitch. Mama always said never trust a bald man who tells his barber, give me the Wolverine.
But Jin had a little surprise for Heihachi, and for himself, actually. Thanks to his family line, he has inherited the dreaded and parasitic Devil Gene.
Which
Parasitic
turns him
devil.
into a flying, laser-shooting demon person. Now that's one genetic disorder you can sign me up for.
Good news then, I've been working on an artificial digestible version of the Devil Gene myself.
Oh yeah? Would that happen to be
from the Hulk movie.
Candy and the blue bucket.
What did you do?
Well, my dog Jack Spaniels was wandering around
The Hulk with
scrounging
Edward
for
Norton.
food as he does, and I was wondering why he suddenly grew horns and wings.
You've got to be shitting me.
Anyway, compared to his base form, Devil Jin's strength, speed, and durability are better than ever.
Devil Jin is strong enough to throw people dozens of feet and even smash them through walls. For this instance in particular, he's pushing Heihachi through the limestone wall of an Aztec pyramid.
Limestone.
To do this, Jin must have struck the wall with force equal to at least 10 tons per square inch.
It's strong, bro.
Hell, Jin is stronger than this guy called Raven, who can toss around this giant war robot named Nancy.
When compared to real-life robots,
Not Nancy!
and accounting for additional weaponry and gear, this machine should weigh anywhere between 15 to 30 tons. Also,
Excuse
Jin
me,
is fast enough to dodge bullets
her name
and
is Nancy.
fly into orbit,
And survive
Don't talk about
falling
her
all the way
weight.
back down.
which puts his maximum
That
flight
ain't
speed
right.
over escape velocity. That's more than 25,000 miles per hour.
He can even
Also,
punch
don't
so
assume
fast it
Nancy's
causes
gender.
shock waves. That's right. Jin throws punches faster than the speed of sound. Remind me never to give him a high five.
Totally reasonable, considering his grandfather can catch bullets in his teeth from just 20 feet away.
In his
And surely
teeth.
Jin can do better than that.
Hell of a
Heihachi
party
doesn't
trick.
even have the devil gene.
That's right. The Devil Gene traces back not to Heihachi, but to
Those some
Jin's
strong
grandmother.
teeth, brother.
Who freaking
Brother?
rides tigers?
As a result, Heihachi's
What do you
son
mean?
Kazuya inherited the Devil Gene and passed it on to Jin.
Kazuya's powers are basically the same as Jin's, and he's shown just how far the devil form can go. He's shot a blast powerful enough to erupt a volcano and survived a satellite laser straight out of Independence Day.
This is the same laser that once shot the robotic soldier Gunjack. By measuring the blast radius and
Wow.
resulting devastation, the laser's firepower appears
That's
to
ridiculous.
equal 3.7 megatons of TNT.
You know the bomb that got dropped on Nagasaki in World War the sequel?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
This laser's like 176 of those hitting all at once.
While the
Wow.
Devil Gene can sometimes be difficult for Jin to control, it provides an enormous advantage against almost any foe.
With it, he's won 3 of the 4 King of Iron Fist tournaments he's entered. He's defeated Heihachi, Kazuya, and even the supposed OG Devil Man himself, Azazel. Too bad he had to start World War II sequel just to find him. Kind of a dick move.
Jin's
Is he Liquid
certainly
Snake
no
now?
angel and hardly a hero. Still, when it comes down to it, he is the child of destiny, and not even the devil's blood
God.
can seal his
Another
fate.
child of
Can't you
destiny.
understand? All this fighting is pointless. It's never gonna end.
It will end with this bloodline. And that is why I fight.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time
Ryu
for a
from-
death battle!
Smash Bros. Okay, this animation's already good. I like the model for Ryu, Street Fighter V. I don't know what model Jin's from. I don't play Tekken. Sorry, guys. I'm rooting for Ryu, by the way. He's probably gonna win this since Scorpion won the last one. That's my logic. If you don't like it, whatever. I'm sorry. It's just the way I'm going with it. Nah, he's gonna lose because Jin is actually stronger, and the devil form of Jin is ridiculous. Nice soundtrack. Really great animation. Who's doing the motion cap for this? Is Torian doing the motion cap for these moves? Or did they like hire martial artists? Or is this just something completely different, just animation-wise? It feels like motion cap. Oh wow, yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom, baby. Hadookey!
You could do better than that. Come on.
Ooh, not a good idea. No, that's cool. It's so cool. Demon Angel. Now Ryu's fought Akuma. Akuma can do stuff like this. Here comes the Dark Hado. Oh wow. Use the Street Fighter 4 Ryu. Evil Ryu. The hole in his chest. Why does his clothes change? His clothes turn evil. It's turned purple. Oh. Come on, Ryu. Come on, Ryu. Come on, guys, let's root for Ryu. Put your hands together. Put them together, pray. Come on, Ryu. Hit him with the Raging Demon, man. Please don't. Oh boy. Power nothingness. Oh man. Did he get him? There's a lot of blood.
I walk the path of the true warrior.
The scar.
KO! Oh, I get why it's called the power of nothingness now. There's nothing left in his chest.
This one was a tricky match to decipher. Both Ryu and Jin had many displays of incredible feats, but very few truly showcased the upper limits of their power. We know that in their base forms, both could lift around 30 tons and move at supersonic speeds. Also, we know
I still
Ryu
don't
could
think that's a
maintain
boulder.
much better level of control and discipline in Muno Ken than Jin in Devil form.
I refuse to believe it's a
hardcore
boulder.
Tekken fans know he had pretty good control over it in that Blood Vengeance movie, but it's pretty inconsistent with game canon. Even Tekken's creator has said it's not canon.
Also, Jin's fall from orbit feat was impressive, but it is hard to quantify due to its presentation. Even if we assume we are to take it literally, a man of Jin's size landing at terminal velocity would equal around 18 tons of force.
But to find their limits, we had to scale them to comparable characters.
Scaling Jin to his father Kazuya was logical. Kazuya survived that 3.7 megaton laser blast, and it's clear it was necessary for him to be in devil form to do so. Kazuya's own laser blast was strong enough to help kick off a volcano's eruption, a feat which could require up to 100 megatons of TNT. But that's a very generous estimate, and its actual potency is likely much less.
Since their power comes from the same place, and Jin's even defeated Kazuya before, it's safe to say Jin can do all this too. As for Ryu, we knew exactly who we had to scale him to. Let's talk about Akuma.
First off, just to prove this scaling is reasonable, Ryu and Akuma share very similar abilities. Both were trained in the ANSATSUKEN fighting style, and both possessed the Satsui no Hado. They fought each other several times, and when the story was all said and done, Ryu emerged ultimately victorious based on his skill alone.
Now that that's out of the way, let's watch Akuma punch an island to death.
Exactly.
With a single strike, Akuma managed to break apart an entire island so thoroughly that Ryu, who was on the island, was left floating helplessly in nearly clear water. Assuming the island is somewhat circular, we've estimated the volume and deduced that in order to fragment the island like this, Akuma's punch must have been over 400 megatons of TNT.
That's more than 4 times stronger than anything a Devil Gene has pulled off. And Ryu takes blows from this guy all the time.
Sure, Ryu
Okay, so I was wrong about
400
Jin.
megatons every time Akuma landed a punch, but the most a Devil Gene carrier has ever survived amounts to less than 1% in comparison. Even if Jin could survive a strike as strong as Kazuya's volcano feat, it still pales in comparison. The fact that Ryu survived being on the island as it was blown apart helps justify this scaling too.
Well, Jin still takes the speed advantage with that flight into orbit, but it doesn't mean much when the difference of power and toughness is this massive.
When it came down to it, Ryu's strength, durability, and control were just too far out of Jin's reach.
Wait, Wiz, we forgot a feat. You remember that Gunjack robot? A later model of Jack once destroyed a meteor. Couldn't we just scale Jin to that?
Well, it's unsupported by canon material, but even if we did, guess who destroyed an even bigger meteor?
Akuma?
Akuma.
Damn. Well, Jin
Wow.
up, everybody. Ryu's taking
Akuma's just a
care of
boss.
business.
The winner is Ryu.
So we're comparing
Thanks for watching.
Ryu
If you guys want
with
exclusive
Akuma because
commentary
he
on
fought
the episode, just
Akuma,
click that little
and
box right
therefore
over
if he
there.
can
And if you
beat
want the battle
Akuma,
music
he's
from this
stronger
episode,
than
you can get it
Akuma.
by
So
clicking
that's
the
why
link in
Jin
the
lost.
description. You know
Gotcha,
that
death battle. Next death battle. Let's see what's going on. Get out of here. Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai. Oh! Ah! Ah! I'm so ready for that, bro. Brothers and sisters, it's time for a sword fight. Somebody gonna get decapitated, discombobulated. Okay, all right. So that's awesome. Wow. That's gonna be a cool fight. I was wrong about Jin. I don't know. For some reason, I just judged the fight according to a previous not death battle, but according to a previous death battle. Not death battle, a Mighty Raccoon fight. A few comments that said Jin's devil form was more powerful. I didn't really do any research on this. I'm sorry. But I'm glad to see Ryu win one, finally, because Akuma's the only person I think that's won a death battle. Oh, wait. Blanca. He ate Pikachu. There goes your childhood all over again. I'm sorry. And you had Chun-Li lose to Mai Shiranui. Cammy lost to Sonya Blade. Balrog lost to TJ Combo. I can't think of any others. Oh yeah, Dan, didn't he lose to Hercule Satan, or did they both die? I don't know, whatever. Anyways, it was a good death battle. The animation was great. The soundtrack was awesome. What more can I say? I like the models. The fighting stage, both tiers of it, because he choke slams him through, or he slams his face through the floor of the other one, kind of Mortal Kombat style. If you ever played Mortal Kombat, you know what I'm talking about. Stage variations. Tekken does that too. So does Soul Calibur. Knocks you down to a different part of the stage. Just to keep things fresh. Yeah. Good times, guys. Can't wait for the next death battle. I'll see you then. I'm talking to you with my mind. You can see my lips move. But I'm telling you that I love you. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next death battle. Bye.